There were three things that the Boston Celtics did last night to take down the best team in the NBA in the Cleveland Cavaliers. First of all, they started off the game playing good basketball, especially on the defensive side of the ball, outscoring the Cavaliers 28-15. So again, the first quarter start was amazing and definitely was one of the key factors from how they were able to win this game. The second thing, rebounding the basketball, giving yourself second chance opportunities to get points on the board. That was another big key factor, and throughout the entirety of this game, they played really good defense for the most part. There was only one quarter where they allowed 31 or more points, and that was the third. But other than that, I thought they played great defensively. I thought they rebounded the ball, and I thought they came out quickly in the first quarter and set the tempo for the game, even though Kristaps Porzingis gets absolutely banged on. Okay, but in this video, we are going to break down some of that first quarter film and show you how they're able to get a lead, maintain a lead, and finish off this game. Before we dive in, if you want more film analysis, more film breakdown, hit the like button. Let's get into the video. So the first play that I wanted to show you on is where JB does a good job drawing three guys into the paint, right? Finding the open man with Jason Tatum at the top. Whenever you find a triple team or a double team, someone's wide open, right? So instead of forcing this shot up, he's going to find the open man. And now the defense is in what you call extra rotation. Very, very hard to get out of. And what we're going to do is create this rotation from Evan Mobley. We're going to swing it over to Kristaps Porzingis, which is then going to cause two guys to get outside the paint and try to go guard extra offensive players at the top of the key, right? So boom, Max Strus, Jared Allen now are outside the paint. Now we get Jaylen Brown versus Donovan Mitchell in the paint for an offensive rebound, right? And boom, JB does a great job putting it back in, getting that second chance opportunity. Great play. Now, the one thing the Celtics really did early on in this game was really try to pick apart some mismatches, especially if they were able to get Jaylen Brown guarded up against Max Strus, the former Boston Celtic. But all we would do was get him in the post. We would spin baseline. We would draw rotation. We would really test out. Are you going to fully overcommit from that weak side corner, leaving Al Horford wide open? I know you guys can't see Al, but he is in that corner, right? If you're able to get this guy to fully overcommit, then pass that ball, get an open look, right? You're also going to get a little bit of top side rotation here by Caris LeVert. But they never overcommit, right? They're looking, they're moving, but they're not sending the double. They're just staggering over, right? And Jaylen Brown says, okay, if you're not going to help out, I'm going to take this man, and I'm going to get an easy and one on him. Great job by JB, who in this game was, 7 of 12 from the floor at 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Had a good game overall, and this was a good play to start the game as well. Another and one, 2 buckets in a row for JB. You know what's crazy about this game? With about 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, the Celtics only had 7 points. What if I told you that they end up scoring 21 points over the next 4 minutes of action? Really good job here by Boston. And what they were able to do here was get out in transition, find mismatches everywhere because they weren't able to set up in their half-court set. We got Ty Jerome on Al Horford. We got Niang on Kristaps. We got JB on LeVert. We got Jared Allen on Drew Holiday. Whenever you have this, they go 5 wide, right? You can't have anyone in the paint because if you fully rotate over like Jared Allen's starting to do, but ultimately decides not to, again, if they do overcommit, wide open 3 there. If you overcommit here, wide open 3 here. I mean, everywhere. Look at all these guys ball watching Jaylen Brown. You got guys open everywhere, but ultimately still ends up getting a wide open layup, and it's really tough to guard the Celtics team when, and only when, they're hitting their 3-pointers, because when they don't, they're an easy team to guard because they just miss open 3s. Now, this right here is a perfect example of why coaches in the NBA are so adamant in getting their team out in transition early and often off of misses, right? Let's never allow them to set up defensively. Don't let them get into their half-court set. We're going to kick it over to JB. We get one-on-one with Darius Garland with a couple of guys trailing from that backside. Great move, getting right around Garland, creating that body contact on the hip or the side, and then boom, and one. JB, 11 out of the first 11 points of this ball game was to Jaylen Brown, man, or 12 points in a row. Let's go, JB. Come on now. That's how we start games. All right, here's another really good job here by Jaylen Brown. And before we break down this play, do me a big favor, guys. If you want more of these Celtics breakdowns, hit the like button. The goal is, let's say, 75 likes on this video. And more importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking down Celtics film all year long. For almost every single win, we got you guys covered, so join the family. So again, about 3 minutes 48 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Still only have 12 points. We're gonna get into this high pick and roll with Luke Cornett. We want to come off, we want to get this big to overcommit, we want him to fight over the screen, and then we want to roll Luke Cornett to the basket. Whenever you get that roll to the basket, you're going to see one of two things: either complete weak side rotation by Donovan Mitchell, or you're going to see a top blitz or fire from the top of the key here. I'm not sure who that is, maybe Ty Jerome, but I'm not too sure. So as we get the screen, we want to bounce past it. This is something the Cavs do with Jared Allen almost every single game. High pick and roll, make the big the playmaker. So again, right here, where we see a little bit of rotation from that weak side corner, more importantly, rotation from the top side with Ty Jerome. Now they're leaving Peyton Pritchard wide open for three, and if you're a Celtics fan, you know, don't do that. Don't leave this guy open, because even if you give him the tiniest amount of separation, he's going to take it as a wide open three, gets it up, gets it to go, and a great play by Jaylen Brown initiating the offense, getting into the set, and then ultimately getting Luke Cornett an easy dime to Peyton Pritchard. Another big time play by the offense, right? 20-13, up by 7, minute 30 left to go in this first quarter. You could tell they're already in a really bad rotation. You got him trying to get to Pritchard. You got him showing pressure there. You got two guys here down the paint. Sam Hauser's open. Jason Tatum's open. Right, naturally, you'll probably go to Jason Tatum every single time here. Right, we're going to drive. We're going to put that left foot up. We're going to get Ty Jerome to overcommit. Now, it looks like you got two guys overcommitting to Jason Tatum. Again, whenever you get this defense in their initial rotation, you're probably going to get an open shot, right? So, boom, swing it to Al. Now, Al Horford, we need these to go in. We need Al Horford to get and make these open looks. And on this one, gets it up, gets it to go. Beautiful job, beautiful ball movement by Boston. Here's another one we can get back. Pull up three, no good. And what did we talk about early on in the video? The three key factors. One of them was getting on the glass, getting rebounds. One, preventing their opportunity for second chance opportunities. But two, and more importantly maybe, getting our second chance opportunities, getting our offensive rebounds, getting these second chance looks, and getting them to go. Great job by Al, great job by Luke. I believe in this game, the Celtics had, 15 offensive rebounds, which is unbelievable. They had 14, so it's not like we were much better at all, but we were a little bit better, and at the end of the day, that matters. So we took, 98 total shots, they took 91. So again, those second chance opportunities mean everything in a basketball game. And roughly with about 15 seconds left, Celtics up by 10. They send a double. What do we know about double teams? If you're doubling someone, someone is wide open. You might just have to make a tough pass here, and that is exactly what happens. Tatum, cross-court pass beautifully to Al Horford, who ultimately gets a wide open look, drains it. Celtics go up 28-15 after the first quarter. From there, I believe they lose a second quarter by 3, which makes it a 10-point game. They win the third quarter by 2, which puts them back up by 12, and then lose the fourth quarter by 5, which ultimately gives them a nice little 8-point win here, 112-105. I was going to break down way more of this game, but the first quarter was very interesting and was the reason they were able to win this game. They got out to a 13-point lead, and they were ultimately able to keep it throughout the rest of this ball game. So we're going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family. What a win for Boston. They're starting to figure it out a little bit here, which is definitely a good sign going forward. And I'll see you guys in the next update. Peace.